내가
Hi everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Tonight, it'll be Chicago going up against Philadelphia. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Durant is out there with Hill. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Jordan in at the two guard. And for the 76ers, in the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Paul George is out there with Kelly Oubre, and it's Embiid in at the center filling out the middle. Here we go. And it's Chicago to start out. Brunson against Maxey. Offensive rebound. O'Neal gets to Durant. Over George. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by O'Neal.
This is what puts KD in elite company. He's so good at catch and shoot.
Oubre outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Chicago with the ball. And KD, here we go. And then Durant with the dunk.
You know what the result's going to be when Durant makes a move to the bucket like that. Just a matter of how hard is he going to throw it down.
And it's George missing. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Chicago. 4-point game. Sinks the three-pointer. Durant's got 7.
And when the ball is in his hands, you just feel like it's going in.
Outside, George. Back to Maxey. They need this. O'Neal with the defensive effort. It's been a quick start here for Chicago. Outside, KD from deep. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Timeout.
KD's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Chicago. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Changes for Chicago. Bam Adebayo comes in for O'Neal, and it's Butler in for Hill.
Chicago substitution. Bam Adebayo. Jimmy Butler.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Oubre outside. Embiid is at the elbow. Shot clock at 5. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds and moves like he did, not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
Here is Durant after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Pass to Edgecombe. Now Embiid fires the three. Second chance shot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Oubre able to get here a lot with how aggressive he is with the ball in his hand.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Watford's checked in. And both free throws good for Oubre.
Well, you have no concerns when he's at the free throw line. Very consistent.
Durant feeling it out a bit. A 3-ball. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Great touch from KD. Great range, too.
Embiid with the screen on Brunson. The offensive rebound. Pass to Edgecombe. Adebayo against Embiid. Second shot opportunity. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Once he gets that low, there's nothing you can do about it. Embiid is a major handful inside.
Bangs home the trifecta.
And from that distance, That's a tough shot to guard.
And here's Maxey following the three from Kevin Durant. Back to Maxey. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
Big time answer by Maxey. Boy, was he dialed in there.
Brunson against Maxey. Durant for three. Another three for Chicago.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Maxey, no good. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Chicago. 10-point lead. The shot's good from Brunson.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
Embiid wide open. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Chicago. 18 points from three-point range for him in that quarter. That is some serious shooting. We've got more in store for you right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And I think we've also got to talk about the tempo they played with right from the get-go. I mean, they've been deadly in transition, too.
So for Chicago right now, Durant is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Paul George, and there's Klay Thompson, and it's Young in at the one spot. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. Here's Watford. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Grimes. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites in offense.
Looking fairly nimble on that drive. Once Drummond gets ahead of steam towards the bucket, get out of the way, please.
Here's Young, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Got a piece of it. Banked in off the glass. Drummond's got 4 this quarter.
You know, this is where you want to get Drummond the ball. The closer he is, the more effective he becomes.
George, and it's George finishing it off.
He made extra sure that goes in.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with them. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Well, they have one thing to talk about. How do we stop this guy from knocking down threes?
Some changes here for the 76ers. Arlo's checked in, and it's Paul George in for Trendon Watford. Chicago also making some changes. Antoine Jameson's checked in for Durant, and it's Edwards in for George. Edgecombe with it. Young's there, and the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul. Maxey's checked in for Quentin Grimes.
Now in for Philadelphia.
Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Thompson. And Edgecombe gets it to go.
Unlike most young guards, Edgecombe would rather have it around the rim. Doesn't want to just chuck up Jays.
That's good from Edwards on the assist by Young.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Oubre for three. Chicago leading by 16. Jamison with it. George picks him up. Thompson with the bucket.
I really believe we can go ahead now and lock Klay Thompson in on the short list of the greatest pull-up shooters in the NBA, and we might be talking the all-time list here.
Edgecombe with it. It's up against Thompson. Edgecombe, no good. 1:10 left to play here in the half. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
The 76ers with another miss. And so it's Young who brings it up for Chicago. Jamison, another one falls for Chicago.
Flushes the mid-ranger. What a shot from Jamison.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Outside, Maxey. And the three ball is good. Maxey's got 6.
Boy, that's a really good pass. Get the defense thinking inside, then kick it out.
And here's Young from the arc. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Maxey. That shot off. Good defensive work there by Young. Thompson for the triple. And he hits the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's Chicago, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Fans, get ready for some high RPM and amazing stunts from your pocket light, Arena Entertainment.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Joel Embiid out there with George. And it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Jordan. And the bank shot is good. Jordan's got the first points of the second half here for Chicago. Brunson against Maxey. Pass to Edgecombe. And here's George for 3. And Shaq pulls it down. Jordan outside to the inside. Unloads from 9. The shot misses. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Maxey on the wing. Another miss by Philadelphia. And Chicago has possession. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Took him no time at all on that one. Jordan's got his second bucket.
And the beauty of Jordan's pull-up, he can do it running full speed or laterally in either direction.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Oubre for 3.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
And that one's good. Brunson.
When your mechanics are as strong as Brunson's, there's nothing to think about. Just shoot the ball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Maxey. That one misses. Excellent D there from Hill. Here's Chicago. The high post shot, and the jumper is good. Brunson's got 4 this quarter.
This speaks to how confident a shooter Brunson is. I mean, outstanding at pulling up off the dribble.
Here's Oubre. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brent Hill picks one up. 76ers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. First free throw is good. Brendan Watford's checked in for Philadelphia. Chicago also making some changes. Adebayo is checked in for O'Neal. Jamison comes in for Kevin Durant. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Jordan. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. From deep, Brunson drills it from outside. Brunson's got 10 points.
Brunson, a career 40% three-point shooter. Man, that shot is reliable.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. The 76ers with another miss.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Grant Hill showing you he can get physical when he has to, absorbing that contact, actually seeking it out to draw the foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the 76ers making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Both free throws good from Hill. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Oubre on the wing. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 6 points for Kelly Oubre.
And these kinds of shots help Oubre get into a rhythm. Terrific work off the catch.
Here's Edwards. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Pass to Edgecombe. Buries it from three-point range. 5 points in the game.
Locked and loaded. Edgecombe firing at will.
Adebayo with a screen on Maxey. Runs in the pass to Jamison. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, and it's no good. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lobbed up there for Drummond. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Jamison. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Boy, Brunson does such a good job operating and orchestrating the offense. You really do want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. And a miss there on the triple. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Chicago. They finish off the third quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So with Durant sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Trae Young is out there with Edwards. Then there's Antoine Jamison. Then it's Thompson, and it's Adebayo in at the 5 down low. And the slam dunk by Jamison.
Jamison has earned the trust of his teammates on the alley-oop play.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Here's Edgecombe. Pass to Barlow. Great D that time from Adebayo. Edwards finds Young. They get it again. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple.
And defensively, you have to stay connected to Young at all times.
George against Thompson. Here's Edgecombe. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Pass to Grimes. Now Edgecombe. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Towns, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Such a wide open look.
You know, Edwards is still tweaking his three-point shot, but it sure looked good there.
Down low. Here's Embiid. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Jamison with a screen for Edwards. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Young kicks to Edwards. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Edgecombe. And it's good off the back rim and in. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
And physically, Edwards may not look young, but he is just scratching the surface of what he can become. A lot of upside in this young man.
Now Embiid. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And so Young will bring it up for Chicago. Releases. Another one falls for Chicago.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
Pass to George. To the paint. Releases. Embiid, no good. So it's Chicago now. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Oubre for 3. Rebound by Antoine Jamison. High post Young. He's against Oubre. Edgecombe with the steal. And now here's Oubre. Fast break chance. And the rejection by Towns. Here's Edwards. And they pick up 2.
Built like a linebacker, Edwards is not your average off guard, folks.
Maxey looking it over. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kevin Durant.